we're going to talk about how and where to find your ideal client. So in the previous video we talked about who's your ideal client, and before that we talked about how to find your unique ability. So we're building on that train, on that track. So today we're going to talk about how and where to find your ideal client. So once you know who's your ideal client, so now how to find them and where they're gonna be. So there's a saying in the marketing world, like, you hang out where they hang out. Okay, so whatever your ideal client is gonna be, you hang out there. If you are doing a product or a service or even a free content around something that you're passionate about, so probably this is going to be really easy for you to find out where they hang out, because this is the place that you are attracted to. So for example, for me, I worked in the e-commerce Amazon for over 3 years. So for me, this is not a problem. So first thing I will always find is, Facebook groups are one of the best thing there. Like, I go to Facebook, and for years, maybe lately a little bit more, but for the last 2 years or more, I even don't pay attention to anything on my feed. Really, I don't even look at my feed. I just go directly to the groups that I interact in, people that I talk to on the groups, questions, answers, so whatever. That's how I do it. And not only me, there's so many people, if they want to use Facebook in a very productive way. It's not like as a social platform just to cruise and browse and that's all, but you want to use it for the groups, because there are so many masterminds, there are so many paid courses. They have Facebook groups for their members to interact, questions, answers, videos like this will be posted on these groups, and people talking about what's in the video, asking more questions, finding resources. So Facebook groups are the best, and there are so many of them. They are like plenty for any given niche. So when you go to Facebook, you just search by keywords. So for me, I was doing like I still doing Amazon FBA. So what I search for, I search, hey, Amazon FBA. Okay, what do I want from Amazon FBA? Do I want to be a seller? There is like Amazon FBA, you can do services. Amazon FBA, you just keep adding words, like Amazon FBA, they got photography. There's Amazon FBA support. There's Amazon FBA virtual assistant, VAs. So there are all sorts of a group about different things. So what do you do after that? Once you get to those groups, you ask to join. Some of them, they're gonna ask questions, some of them they will let you right in. It depends. There is vary, but either way, once you get into the group, the first thing you want to do, you read the policy of it. Most of them, 99%, is going to tell you no links, no promotion, no whatsoever. If they don't tell you, and see people putting bunch of links and promotion scams, this is just a scam thing. You just don't waste your time in there. But don't put links, don't put anything. Just go there and start interacting with people. All right. And if you don't have anything that you want to interact in at the beginning, that's fine. Go introduce yourself and read the post, because those are your clients, those are your ideal customers, those are the people that you're going to interact with on this group. So you want to see, again, what we talked about. You want to see, okay, how like what kind of post do they like? All right. And okay, what are the pain points? The same thing. Their pain points. What are the pain points? And what else we said? What their desire. Okay, so those basic things. But how you're gonna find them is the thing. You just look at these things. Okay. What else? Oh, so this one, once you go to actual Facebook and you go to the group, there are pages as well. There are some pages you need to be approved before you can post on them. But all these things is data. Those things, information, I'm gonna write it in here. Okay, information you found on these groups are what? Gold. Those are gold. They're going to tell you anything and everything you want to know about your ideal customer. Anything you want. Okay, people are going to be discussing, people are going to be asking questions, there are answers. Yes, you're going to see some people comes across there just want to sell you something. That's fine. That's fine. You're in business. If you get like take it from somebody selling you something or offering you service or whatever it is, then you shouldn't be in business to start with. All right, just be a consumer and just be fine with it. But it's okay. For me, I used to be also like, oh, why this person selling me? Oh, I don't want to buy. Like I just like always keep distance. But once I started being more open, I can tell which person actually trying to provide value, which person is selling just for the heck of it. They want to make quick money. Which person is actually understand what they are doing, and is a relationship. So you start building with people. So how do you do it? You look at the first thing on Facebook groups. The other thing you can do, oh, and by the way, is like Facebook, Instagram, the same thing. Instagram, what you do with it, you search by hashtags. That's how you do it. If you are a B2B, here you go. If you are a B2B, LinkedIn is your go-to, right? LinkedIn, and what do? Search by hashtags too. You do hashtags, and also on LinkedIn they have groups. The LinkedIn groups so far they are not active. They are nothing close to Facebook groups. But what I like the hashtags on LinkedIn because it gives you a good understanding. Hashtags on Facebook are not the greatest. At least with my experience, I find they are not the greatest when you search by hashtags. You should search by groups, but LinkedIn searching by hashtags is better. So each platform they got their own good thing they are at. Same thing goes on Instagram. The same thing goes on other social media. If you choose to find, depends on where. Twitter is the same thing. Hashtags. Also, this is your thing, but this is kind of problem. Maybe don't start with that one right away. Google your keywords. What I mean by keywords is, what did you decide on? Are you like, what do you find? We use the example of camping. Here I'm using the example of Amazon FBA. So the first stage, the more you spend time understanding your product, your service, your unique ability, and the more time you spend understanding your customer, your ideal client, what do they want, what they don't want, what they like, what they don't like, is the best. This is time very well spent. I mean, I tried to find shortcuts to the shortcuts. It never worked. But sometimes you have to learn it the hard way, sometimes learn it the easy way. Maybe I'm saying it right now, clicks with you, you've heard it before. I'm sure you heard it before many times, multiple places, different ways, but I'm hoping this time is gonna actually click with you, stick with you, and it's gonna save you time and money for the future.